What's up, wrestling fans? It's the Emerald Enthusiast, coming at you once again with another action figure review. This time I'm taking a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Series 100 figure of Stunning Steve Austin. I lucked into this figure in the wild. There are numerous exciting aspects, so let's go ahead and take a closer look at the package details now. The top of the package says Elite Collection, and there's a partial window. There's product information on the bottom. On the side, we get some really cool artwork of Stunning Steve. On this side, it says Stunning Steve Austin, and here is the authentic hologram. And on the back, we get even more cool artwork of Stunning Steve Austin. On the back bottom, we see the other wrestlers who have figures in this wave. And on top of this exceptional artwork, we get a brief bio of Stunning Steve. Here's a close-up of that biography. If you'd like to read this, go ahead and pause the video and do so now. The front shot of Stunning Steve and the WWE logo are small enough to allow you to see the figure in its entirety. I am quite excited to get a look at this old television championship belt, despite the fact that it's hanging askew within the packaging. And I like this classic opening the robe pose. But I can wait no longer. Now it's time to bust this figure out of the package and see what's inside. Let's have a look at accessories now. And we get these open palm hands as the alternate set. And each of these, of course, comes on a hinged peg. And then we get the World Television title belt. And I was really excited by this. You can see back here how the plastic plates fit into the strap. The detail on this is outstanding. I've always preferred title belts that mirror competitive sports more so than the personalized belts. So I really dig this accessory. Speaking of really cool accessories, this robe is very eye-catching. You can see the SS for Stunning Steve on the back, and all of the intricate printing here on the sleeves. I will say that you need to work with the sash a little to get it to do what you want, but all of this is soft goods. Here's a look at the inside of the robe, and some people might complain because it's white. This might be a cost-cutting measure. At the same time, it might be a protective measure after all the horror stories that we've heard about red dyes on figures. And here we see Stunning Steve Austin out of the package and ready to rumble. I actually liked the Stunning Steve era of Steve Austin's career more than the Stone Cold gimmick. I realize that that puts me in the minority, but that should give you an idea of just how excited I am to own this figure. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the loose details now. Let's have a look at the lower body now, and the figure is sturdy. That's always a huge positive. The boots are a basic white, but there's lots of wrinkles sculpted in, and you can see the sculpting here representing the laces. These knee pads are a separate piece, and you can move them up and down to help you articulate the double jointed knees. The sculpting on the quadriceps is excellent. You can see all of this definition here. Likewise back here in the hamstrings. Steve Austin had really big legs back in his WCW days. And here's a look at these brightly colored tights. So I really don't have complaints when it comes to the appearance of the lower body. As far as articulation goes, he has movement here at the ankles. Mine's a little on the tight side, but you can get the ankles to go back. And you can get the feet to come forward that much. Again, mine's a little tight, but there is some pivoting here, and that's always helpful. There's a swivel here at the top of the boot. Again, he has double jointed knees, so it is quite possible to get him into a good running pose. The figure also has the quadricep swivel, and it doesn't look weird when you use this because it's not breaking up some type of design. He can kick forward about this far. The size of the quadriceps blocks this from going any further. You can get him to step back just a little bit, and I'm always appreciative of that. And his legs go out to the sides this far. You can't quite get him into a split. And a word of warning, be careful when you are articulating the figure in this fashion. The hip joints feel like they're tight enough to do paint damage. Let's have a closer look at the torso now. And I believe that the musculature is accurate to the time period here. Stunning Steve wasn't a colossus, but he was a thickly muscled guy. And you can see that reflected here with the body mold. In terms of articulation, the waist pivots from side to side. You can get the upper torso to rock back this much, and you can get him to crunch forward this far. Now we'll have a look at the arms, and I think this is accurate to the time period. From looking at pictures of Steve Austin, I think he got bigger in the chest and arms after he became Stone Cold than when he was Stunning Steve. The sculpting on these is excellent. You can still see definition in the biceps, the triceps, and the deltoids. Here's a look at the alternate set of hands. These weren't too difficult to change out. And of course, these port into the ends of the forearms. And with these hands, you can achieve an accurate chopping motion. In terms of articulation, there's rotation here at the wrists. He has double jointed elbows, and that allows you to do a good elbow dropping pose. He has the bicep swivel. You can get his arms to go out about this far to the sides. I have one arm that's very tight. And they rotate backwards, and that allows you a great degree of articulation. And you can get the arms to do a 360, so I am impressed by the arms on this figure. Here's a look at the head sculpt, and Mattel did an outstanding job here. At this point in time, Steve Austin was clean shaven, and you can see that reflected here. The mouth and the eyes are accurate. It's a really excellent likeness of Steve Austin. You can see the way the hair has been sculpted. It's pulled back into this ponytail, and it looks very realistic. The ponytail is pliable, and that helps you with articulation. You can see the part down the middle. This is really excellent work all the way around. As far as articulation goes, you can get the head to move up and down to a modest degree. It moves easily from side to side. And as you can see, there's plenty of head tilting, and I'm very thankful for that. I certainly hope you have enjoyed this review. If so, please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for some articulation shots. And also remember to catch me on the Way Back Wrestling Mania podcast. And I'll be back with more pro wrestling related content soon. But until we meet again, this has been the Emerald Enthusiast, and thanks for watching.